Welcome to Day One Patch. This is a video game podcast. I am your host, Ryan Johnson. With me today, I have Marty Isaacs,
Hello.
Matt Lawrence,
Oh,
and Adriano Petty,
Hello.
who have traveled here through the snows of Canada. Wasn't too bad, right? Drive on the bed.
my vehicle broke.
Oh, Matt's vehicle broke. Okay.
I find people even in the worst conditions are impatient on the road.
Yes.
It's like they
that's true.
expect you just to go faster than the speed limit. Me, my Corolla with no snow tires,
Oh, yeah.
and barely any thread to begin
At
with.
least you have lights that turn on.
Yeah, Matt doesn't have lights. Or they flash and do weird stuff.
Yeah, you turn the car on, and they all flash in a circle all around the car, and then the light turns off and it says service. So
Okay, let's start off with what we're playing. And Marty, go ahead.
I played a lot of Borderlands this week. Actually started over using the Necromancer class.
How do you like that?
I'm digging it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's she's really annoying though. If you are ever affected by an elemental weapon at all, so if you're ever on fire or getting shocked, or if you jump in the icy water, she screams at the top of her lungs, like, for a good 5 seconds.
This is pretty funny.
It's just a lot of screaming. But other than that, she's pretty awesome.
How do you like her special too?
The mech,
Yeah.
he's hilarious. If there's no enemies, he just stands there and stares at you. Gets in the way, stands in doorways.
And otherwise, he just goes around like destroying everyone.
Yeah, he's the best player.
Yeah.
He's better than
Yeah,
anybody.
it's terrible. Matt?
I've been playing Borderlands 2 as well with
Mhm.
Marty and as well as you.
Yep.
And I'm, of course, playing some Dynasty Warriors on my Vita with my new 32 gigabyte memory card.
Good.
How much that memory card cost you?
Only $70 online.
Only
You got some
$70
special deal.
online.
Yeah, I got some special deal. It was the last one in stock, $70 rather than $99
Should memory be costing this much anymore? I don't think so.
because it's
Probably not.
proprietary.
I understand that, but it's their console's way too expensive.
This is
for
why the Vita
memory
is
price.
not doing well.
But that's an argument that's been made a bunch of times since the Vita launched. So, Adriano, what are you doing?
Absolutely nothing.
You haven't been playing anything.
My TV's still broken.
Oh, that's right. You had that issue with the.
I still haven't heard from them. I've been dealing with these fucking idiots.
Did you call them?
Did I explain any of this story to you?
No,
Like,
you
okay.
said last
I
time
thought you
you said you
explained
need
it
to
on the
call them.
podcast, didn't you?
I called. They came. They said they fixed it. They didn't fix it. They actually made it worse. Called again. They were supposed to come. They never even showed up. So I called and complained. Then they started to question whether or not it was actually broken or whether or not I was making it up. So they made me send pictures on like a low res camera,
Okay.
and they couldn't even tell. But they said they needed a picture for some reason. So I sent them a picture. They come back. Then the guy goes like into the the hidden master menu of the Samsung TVs to
Mhm.
bring up like an alternate test screen. And he's doing the test, and I'm sitting there. He's on a white screen. He's like, I don't see anything wrong with this. It's literally like just a black line going down the center of the screen. I'm like, are you serious, guy? Like you don't fucking see that line just going down the center? He's like, okay, yeah, I do see it. I'm like, yeah, damn right you do. You know? So then another time when I wasn't there, my dad was home, so he was there. They apparently came with a brand new sealed piece from Samsung directly. And then when they said they pulled it out of the box, it was defective.
Wow.
So then they
Good
said they got to
stuff.
get another piece, and that was last Friday.
Okay.
Mm.
And I haven't even heard from them since.
So how long has this TV been broke?
It was broken since before Christmas, but I was usable up until a week ago. Like I could still use
Now
it.
it's just gone.
And now it's just an empty shell. Like I literally have an
Okay.
empty shell of a TV sitting on my dresser I
Mm.
can't use. It's fucking
I
terrible.
think you should get a new TV with at least 4 HDMI ports.
No, I want a goddamn TV from Samsung fixed.
All right. Well, I've been playing Borderlands, like Matt said, with Marty and Matt, and got back into SOTOR after a long time. Took a little hiatus on that one. Not by choice, just I hate booting up into Windows.
Hey, man. Okay.
Let's move on to our first segment, which is Apps with Marty.
All right, Apps with Marty. As you informed me, that Temple Run 2 has been the most downloaded app, right?
Fastest downloaded.
Fastest downloaded app. So I didn't want to do it, so I did anyway because I got lazy. I must say it's nicer looking. It's It's still the same like game mechanics. You're still running. You have to jump. They now have these ropes you jump onto, and it's kind of like a zip line. And there's not too many more obstacles, but they added power-ups. So you can have like a shield that protects you from all the fire and stuff like that. Or you can have like a coin bonus or stuff like that. Also, when you fall or you crash or whatever happens to you, there's these little gems that you can spend, and they will get your character back up, and you can start where you left off and continue your run. When you fall the first time, it costs 1 gem. The second time, it'll be 2, and then 4, and then.
And how do you collect these gems?
Uh,
Just like, are they in the course?
They're just in the course, and yeah. There's also multiple characters. I don't know if you guys would even care about that, but the amount of coins you collect, you can spend on different power-ups and upgrades or different characters. They also added achievements. I don't know if you guys ever played Jetpack Joyride,
Mm-hmm.
but the achievements are really fun in that. They're trying to do the same thing with this, but they're not as engaging, so it's not making me want to play it as much as Jetpack Joyride. But it's okay. It's free. It's whatever.
Yeah. Now, since it's a free app, is there any like microtransactions in it?
Yeah, you can buy coins and stuff like that. The typical microtransactions.
What's the biggest value pack they have?
We're gonna look that up.
It's
Right
probably
now.
like $70.
What can you buy with
I
the
find that
points,
hilarious
though?
when games do that.
Yeah, the Angry Birds one is like,
So the most money you can spend, is that what you're asking me?
yeah.
$20 will get you 400,000 coins.
That's not bad actually. If you,
I wanna meet the person who's actually bought that.
there's probably a few. Not me. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised though.
I
if you
know.
say-
I wouldn't be surprised either, but it wasn't me.
But yeah, it's okay. It's just Temple Run 2.
Better than first though.
It's I guess so. I didn't really enjoy the first that much actually.
It gets kind of redundant after a while.
Yeah, I found it boring, but if you want to play as you want to see the new characters.
Yeah, sure.
Would
Okay.
you like
Are they just different skins on like the?
Yeah, there's a chick.
Okay.
You got Scarlet Fox, Barry Bones, and Karma Lee. And apparently the main Temple Run guy's name is Guy Dangerous.
Do you think we'll see a third Temple Run?
Yeah, we're gonna see like 8 of them.
Like Angry Birds.
Yeah, there's an infinite amount of Angry Birds they can do. They're gonna keep making.
I
Temple Run.
I got Angry Birds Real for free when it came out, and I
Mhm.
realized I had Angry Birds Season and the regular one in my app purchase already. I didn't even know.
Mm.
I've been buying these things like crazy. I haven't even been playing them.
Rio's good though. I like Rio.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed Rio too. For some reason, it just felt different than the other Angry Birds.
Never saw the movie though. That did not interest me.
There's an Angry Birds movie.
No, the Rio.
Well,
Oh.
they are working on an Angry Birds movie. That is
Seriously?
true. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
there was a fan made one too. It was like a horror like thing. It was pretty goofy, but it was all right.
So yeah, if you're in a Temple Run, go check out the second one. They added achievements and power ups and upgrades.
What can you get with the microtransactions though? Because you said you unlock characters with the in-game currency.
Yeah, you can buy coins.
No, but what do you buy with those? Oh, you just buy
Coins?
like the straight up. So it's the same. You can basically earn 400,000 coins in game. That's what you're saying. Oh, okay.
But then, what do you use the coins to spend on? Just characters?
On the
You said upgrades, right? Okay,
upgrades.
sorry.
I thought it was like maybe like you know what I mean, like gold and coins, like two different.
No, yeah,
currencies.
it's all just
It's all just one.
coins. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our first story. This is we have a lot of news on the PS4 this week. Some new developments. And one of the rumors is going that the PS4 will have a controller with an LCD touchscreen and biometric sensors. So,
This makes sense with the Vita thing, right?
but no, I think the rumor also mentioned that it's the same form factor as the DualShock. Is that correct?
Yes.
The rumor I saw that was that it's gonna look like the DualShock and just have the screen built in.
See, that's not a lot of real estate for the screen,
Yeah.
It's gonna be tiny.
unless it takes like that entire.
Yeah. There's
I'm wondering
no
if it's gonna be
edge.
a
or
touch
just-
panel,
That's
not a
still
screen.
tiny.
What would you use that for?
I think it literally be 3 icons: start, select, and home.
On the touchscreen.
Yeah.
That's pointless. That would increase cost too.
No, but a programmable keys. You could in a game you could set them to programmable keys.
No, I don't like that.
No?
That's stupid.
But what I'm thinking is though it's probably just gonna be a touch panel, like what we see on the PS3, like the old ones, not a touch screen. I think people are getting too jumpy on that.
And I guess we'll jump into this right now. What do you think that? Do you think they're going to come out with a controller like the gamepad for the Wii U?
Probably.
hold separately from the DualShock, the classic DualShock.
I think they should just use the Vita for that.
Well, they have already with Little Big Planet 2. They updated it so you can actually use your Vita to control different shapes and stuff on the
That's
screen.
cool. But why don't they just use the Vita? They keep saying Vita's the newest family member. What the heck?
Because no,
Yeah, but
people don't
it's
wanna buy,
it's
a dub.
it's the it's the family member they're ashamed of and they're trying to leave at the side of the road.
Plus people don't want to buy the $400 to $600 new console.
Yeah, it's
Plus
gonna be a $200 controller.
Vita with a $70 memory card.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a $200. It's gonna be a $200 controller if it's
Yeah,
like a
but
tablet.
it's gonna be worked into the console price when it comes out.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a disaster.
I got no money for this.
I don't even want to.
This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna at first they're gonna come up with like a new controller. It's gonna be like it's gonna have like three interactive touch buttons on the thing instead, and then they're gonna try to copy the Wii U gamepad like they did with the Wii Remotes, and then it's not gonna go anywhere, and then it's gonna revert back to their old shit. That's what's gonna happen. I'm calling it now.
And do you think Sony would be crazy enough to make the current DualShocks not work with their next gen console?
Totally.
So
I can see them doing that.
Yeah, I agree
it-
with
That sounds like a Sony thing to
Yeah,
do.
what is it, like $49 for $50 for a new controller?
Yeah.
And then if they get people to buy more controllers, I need 4 because I want to play with friends and stuff. There's a lot of money in there.
Why no game support any
That's
more than
true.
2 players anymore?
And I think the PS3 can support like 8 controllers. No game's ever done that like on the PS3 that I know of at least.
Rock Band.
But that was
Yeah.
not controllers.
Yeah.
It was pieces of plastic. Giant pieces of plastic. So I guess we'll just go kind of go right to our biggest story is that the PS4, or I should say Sony, released that little teaser.
teaser trailer thing.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
They love their teasers that don't tell you anything, eh?
Yeah.
Of things we already know that are coming.
I think it's gonna be a platform. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know. I think it's too
So
obvious.
yeah,
for the
Matt, just
PS4.
explain that a bit. What do you mean by the platform and stuff?
Well, what I think it's gonna be is like I think the PS4 is too obvious. What I think it's gonna be is they're gonna release, like people are complaining that like there's not much integration between the PS Vita and the PS3 and that sort of deal. So and the PS they don't like the PS Vita operating system.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking they might do is they might release like some form of platform where they're like kind of like not the XMB, but like say for example we had the XMB on the Vita and on the on the PSP and on the PS3
Mm-hmm.
where they weren't really that integrated. Well, maybe they'll release a brand new OS for both, and it'll be on the PS4 too, because we're getting kind of close to that era. And then it's going to be the same OS for both the Vita and the PS3 and 4, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can use them both. So you can like use the PS Vita to control the PS3, PS4, whatever, and you can play the games completely on the Vita, sort of deal. So it's like a brand new OS where everything's all together and integrated. Because
See, this sounds a bit confusing for consumers, though.
well, it won't be because right now I tried to like sync data between my PS3 and my Vita,
Yeah.
and it's really bad. It's like a little menu. It's like transfer. There's no real integration, in my
Mhm.
opinion, unless I'm missing something. So I mean, to have the same OS where I can be like remote into my PlayStation, that would be really cool.
You can already do that. You just can't play games, but you can access your PS3 and manage content through your Vita or PSP, actually.
But the PS like unless I'm missing the integration or something. But like I was trying to back up a PSP game that I downloaded on PSN to my PS Vita,
Mhm.
and all it was a menu, and it was like search for content, and it was like content found. Do you want a copy? Yes, that's it. Like that doesn't seem very integrated with me. It just seems like a menu and like a file transfer.
Yeah. So,
So-
do you think they could have some sort of cloud service where it would, like just sync all your devices?
Yeah, so you like walk in the house and maybe it does it over the Wi-Fi or just does it by you can click like remote in my PSP or PS3 or whatever via Bluetooth or something.
See, now what I mean by confusing for consumers is like they need to know what is going to be transferred. It's not going to transfer a regular console game to your Vita.
Right.
You're
Well,
gonna- you're going to need the Vita version for it.
that would, no, but what I'm thinking is like, say for example, we use the PS3, like the output video of the PS3 goes through Bluetooth or goes through Wi-Fi, whatever, to your Vita. That would be a cool thing, is what I'm thinking.
So now we're
So-
talking like Wii U.
Kind of like Wii U, yeah, because like they've already looked at that. They've already said they can upgrade to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is people are getting bored of the XMB. People are getting bored of.
People didn't like it when it was first launched.
Yeah, well,
I thought it works fine. I can
it
navigate
works, but it's getting
easily.
old.
It's not stylish or anything, but
The bubble system is It's good, but it's
Now,
cumbersome.
the bubble system.
I like it, but they need to have more integration. Like, oh, I opened up a message, and then it led me to a link, so it opened a browser, and then it told me to go to a friend, so it opened the friend bubble. Why do I just have like an internet bubble? Like, what the heck's going
It's
on?
all over the place. They really need to clean it up. But just to get back to this teaser, all it really showed was like the standard PlayStation
X
face
zero,
buttons.
whatever.
Yeah, X, triangle, circle, square,
Cross.
cross. Sorry, yes.
Yes.
And then
Is that what they call it? A cross?
Yeah.
I'm not
because the
calling
rest
that.
are shapes. X is a letter,
I refuse.
so it's called a cross.
That's funny.
But yeah, they just kind of fly over the screen in the standard blue Sony PS3 colors, and
Brilliant.
Basic After Effects 101.
yeah, exactly. So does this mean PS4 or does this just mean something else?
Platform, my opinion.
I really hope you're wrong with that, Matt, because that sounds terrible.
I think it'd be pretty cool to have. Think of it, same OS over everything. Everything's integrated. You can play your PS3
But-
games, PS4 games on your
Yeah,
Vita.
but if they do that, all the innovation is relying on me having a Vita and the PS4.
that. But
I'm
it also,
never gonna buy a Vita, to be honest.
I realize that, but it also refreshes the PS3 and or gives a new good intro for the PS4. Because like if you have the same OS right now, and then you have the same OS on the PS4, which is presumably not confirmed coming soon, then people are introduced to it already, and you kind of have a bit of experience.
Yeah, and then this teaser gives us I guess an announced date of something on February 20th. And we last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever our last podcast was, we mentioned that they may announce the consoles before E3.
And their
then
own
just-
private Apple, like.
yeah, their own conferences. So all the attention is focused on them and not the big three developers companies, right?
Not a bad idea.
So do you think the 20th we're going to see this conference or?
I don't know. But what they might be doing, what might be interesting, is if they are doing a PS4 announcement now, then on E3 maybe they're trying to focus on the games, because they always seem to focus on the hardware and then they don't go too much into the games. So maybe they're
Because it's a lot to announce, both hardware, because people want to learn more about the hardware, but then they
Yeah.
also want to see about the games, and there's not a lot of time to do that in the one conference.
Exactly. So
So if I think they're gonna announce the PS4 on the 20th, I'm gonna say they're gonna release it this year.
Probably.
Maybe
probably,
shortly after E3.
It'd probably be holiday.
I'd say holiday, more or less.
But you got to think though, for all the other consoles. Now I realize we're falling out of trend now because it's not at E3, but just for timeline wise, every time we had an announcement at E3 one year, the next E3 came around, they showed us how far they've come. They gave us a release date, which was only a month away from that. So it was always like a year up to 2 years.
But they could be breaking that trend. I mean,
They could be.
They also said that they're gonna let Microsoft make the first move.
I was just going to mention that, yeah. So that was a rumor, though, so this could just be...
Like, what the heck is going?
coming
Like,
out
I don't
and-
understand what the heck's going on because it usually is only 5 years for a console. Now it's getting up there. Like,
More and more, I'm getting less excited for the PS4. It sounds like it's just gonna be more powerful and nothing more than that.
I think they're just gonna mess it up because as I've seen, they messed up the Wii U.
I like the Wii U.
I like the Wii U, but I don't like how my YouTube app broke the whole console, and I can't use my old. Oh yeah, about this thing, I can't use my old account on my new console.
And you called them, and they said they don't have access to your account, right?
Yeah, I called them, and they're like, "Yeah, well, you didn't ship the console to us." I'm like, "Yeah, because it was within 30 days. I'm not gonna wait a month. It's within 30 days. I'm gonna get an exchange at the store." And they're like, "Yeah, well, you can't. That account's locked to that console." So you're gonna have to make. I'm like, so I'm gonna have to make a new email address and everything. Like, yep. They're like, you're gonna need a new email, brand new account. And I asked them, I was like, why is it that you forgot your password thing is inside of the account after you log in? They're like, because you're logged into your account always on your single Wii U. Once it breaks, we have to
Well, no,
transfer.
because they give you an option of whether to, when you boot up your Wii U, to either boot up to the account screen or just boot up into an account that you select.
Right. But
So
you
if
don't have to ever enter your password though. Again.
But you can't even log in with your account.
No, because I don't. It's like I don't understand what's going on here because there's a conflict. I remember on one of the shows with Ellen, she was saying how like it's the same account you can use with your 3DS and your Wii U now.
Mhm.
But now I'm confused because it's like, do you want to use an existing? But when I called them, when they told me that I couldn't transfer it, is it because they can't give me my password and they can't recover it? And it was like on me that I have to remember my password that I used, or is there another type of account where like I only made a Wii U account and I was supposed to link it with something else? Like I don't know what's going on.
But now, can't you go on to Nintendo's website and like log in there at all?
No, because I went to it and it was like it doesn't even recognize my email address. It's like this email address doesn't have an account associated with it.
Jeez. All right. Well, I hope you get that fixed, Matt.
I'm not hooking at the internet. I'm done with that. I haven't turned on my Wii U since I
I'm
got
kind
it
of hoping he
replaced.
doesn't, just for entertainment
Oh,
value.
yeah.
Oh, God.
So yeah, we've been talking about the Wii U. One of the main features that they actually advertised with the Wii U was that you could play it without using your TV. So say you live in like a house with only one TV, you want to play your Wii U, someone wants to watch like a football game or whatever, you can go
Go and
and
watch some football.
yeah, you can go and watch or play your Wii U without needing TV. So I guess it's getting they're getting into some trouble with this in the UK.
People are stupid.
Well, now are people stupid or is Nintendo making mistakes?
Nintendo's not covering all the bases.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I was under the impression you could do that with any game.
so was I. Same here.
But there are games that require the touchscreen and the TV.
But they didn't say that though.
Okay. So if I were to flip on like Rayman, it's not out yet, but if I were to flip it on the back and it has a gamepad icon and a Pro Controller icon. Like if I decide to pick up the Pro Controller for Rayman,
Mm-hmm.
what happens to the touchscreen interface for the game?
That's a good question.
Like what if I say I don't want to use a gamepad at all throughout my entire Wii U career? What if I just want to use the Pro Controller?
I don't know if you can do that because it comes with it.
Yeah.
Okay, can you even turn on your Wii without turning on the gamepad? I mean, you press the on button on the Wii U system, it turns on the gamepad automatically.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's true because then you have to log
So
in
you
on
got
the.
this sucker wasting battery over there, and while you're trying to play with your Pro Controller.
Well, that makes sense considering
I'm
that's
really glad I didn't buy a Wii U.
a stupid
Yeah,
classic
just
controller.
browse the internet while you're playing games.
There you go. I'll just give it to Marty.
Yeah.
While playing some games. But yeah, do you think Nintendo needs like better box information, like on their cases, saying this game supports?
I think they need to organize their
Yeah,
stuff
they
in
probably
general.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple icons on the back of the box would do that.
Mm-hmm. But right now, what do they have on the back of the box? Is it not a gamepad and like Wiimote icons and a
Yeah, it shows
Pro
like
Controller icon?
Wiimote 2 or whatever, Pro Controller, gamepad, whatever.
But
But
they
what-
all require the gamepad, do they not?
That's a good question. What Adriano said, like for example, I heard that you can play Zombie U with. I heard that you could play it only on the screen, which I really don't think is possible. I never actually tried it because you need the gamepad is for people who've seen Zombie U, or they said you could play the whole game with the Pro Controller, but you again need the gamepad. So do I play with the Pro Controller, then throw it down and grab the friggin' touchpad for inventory, and then throw the touchpad? Like, what do I do?
It's probably gonna be like it knows you have the Pro Controller, so it'll probably do like an on-screen
I guess yeah.
backpack.
You can use the Pro Controller for multiplayer. I know that for sure, 100%, because it asks, "What are you using?"
Yeah, that's right.
On a
But I
side
mean-
note, that was damn fun multiplayer.
Yeah, that
was
is a
ridiculous.
fantastic multiplayer though.
That was
but-
ridiculous.
That was. I don't like zombie games, and that was fun.
That was fantastic.
You don't love zombie games?
Hmm?
Zombie games are awesome.
No, I don't like scary.
Left 4 Dead?
things.
Left 4 Dead's
Yeah,
my
You bought
Left
it
4
and
Dead.
sold it,
Left 4
didn't
Dead
you?
wasn't that scary.
That's scary, but damn.
It's awesome.
Although it never worked for me. I had a bad connection when I had the game, and it just.
You also let me die when we played
I
together.
didn't let you die. I couldn't do anything.
Everyone always fights in Left 4 Dead. Everyone's like, "You let me die."
You let me die in Borderlands.
Matt, you let.
I
us
got
all
stuck
die.
on my turret.
You let a lot of us die in Borderlands, Matt.
I fall asleep sometimes while playing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Remember he was standing there in front of you when you were down? And you're like, Matt,
He didn't have his headset
Matt.
My headset ran out of batteries.
on. It's died.
No. Speaking of headsets, we brought up this issue before too. Is that the gamepad is the only system that you can plug a headset into, not the Pro Controller. They want you
This
to,
console
they want,
sounding
That's amazing.
They want you to use this gamepad.
How's
this
that
this
about?
system's sounding more and more stupid every minute.
I want one so bad.
I think Nintendo needs to come out with like an overall thing saying like, notice you can't use an account, or there's two separate types of account and one type doesn't work or something. I don't know. They have to organize that.
Or
They need to organize the gamepad thing, like, and just send out a chart of all the stupid things they've done so we know what's stupid and what isn't.
Or just release a giant flow chart with yes or no questions. You want to use the gamepad? And then follow the flow chart.
Well, let's move on to some good news about Nintendo. They actually recently announced a bunch of new games coming out for the Wii U because we've been short of new games since its launch, basically, right?
Pretty much.
I don't even know if new games come out since launch.
I've seen like another row of EB games, but I don't know whether they're like those new release, like coming soon things.
Yeah,
those,
but
those always get me.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm always like,
Sweet,
holy
Lego
crap,
on the
this is-
cover.
I don't have the list offhand, but I know they're making a Zelda game HD, right?
HD
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zelda.
Wind Waker.
They're making a 3D Mario game, made by the same guys who made Super Mario Galaxy.
We think.
I think
Yeah,
I
it-
think
yeah.
it is.
Okay.
They're remaking Wind Waker to hold us over.
That's right.
Well, that looks pretty cool though. Wind Waker in HD.
Did you see the screenshots for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the comparisons look really cool.
And was there anything else?
But
it was
Nin-
all first party, right?
But Nintendo really, really needs to stop with these ports and these remakes and these. Like,
New 3D Mario though, I'm excited
yeah,
for that because
but
Galaxy
they
was
can't
phenomenal.
rely on redoing games constantly in HD.
Yoshi
Oh,
Land.
the Yarn Yoshi.
with the art of Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
That sounds actually pretty fun.
It
'cause-
looked. I love the style of Epic Yarn. There was just no difficulty. That's all.
It was fun though. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
It's like-
personally.
It's like this might be the single cutest game I've ever seen.
It was adorable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just real quick. Nintendo apologizes for the lack of software, and I guess that's when they announced.
People do that.
Huh? And this is what makes me angry is that Nintendo made the same mistake with the 3DS. They're like
Mhm.
3DS, a okay amount of launch titles, and then no game.
I have a
They're
theory.
the Vita.
I have a theory.
Okay, go
Because
ahead.
the 3DS is kicking ass right now.
Sure.
Maybe that's why they're going with the same thing. We're gonna not release games at the start, and then we're gonna release a bunch of games.
No,
and
but
kick
they had a
ass.
price cut which revived the 3DS, and they
Yeah.
already said that they're not going to
No,
do a
no
price,
price
cut
cut.
soon.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you think that would help sales? So the sales haven't been that great for the Wii U.
Price
No,
cuts
I
always
don't
help
think.
sales.
I don't think price cuts though.
And I don't. Are you getting a Wii U at all then?
If
you
some
had
better,
it pre-ordered, man.
I had it pre-order. I had it pre-order just for the hell of it, and if I had the money, I would have gotten it. But I'm glad I didn't.
Slip through your fingers.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
But-
lie. If I had like missed out, I wouldn't have cared.
but
Like, if they had sold out of my pre-order or something, and like I found out about all this stuff, I really like Zombie U, and I did get my money's worth.
I think a price cut would help, but I don't think they will.
No, they're not going to. No.
They're already losing money, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah. And
They said the Wii U sales are good, but under our expectations.
yeah. And yeah, they are being sold at a loss, but purchase of one piece of software gets them over. I guess.
And we don't know what the loss is. Could be 1 cent.
it's probably yeah. Well,
You could do the math if you.
I don't think they would announce.
you could do the
oh,
math.
we're
if
taking
you know
1
the
cent cut on this.
game. Yeah,
I don't think that'd be worth it.
just fire one guy. You're good.
That's terrible.
There's
That's
so,
really
there's
sad.
so many people getting laid
Yeah,
off
I
right
know.
now.
Especially in the gaming industry. Like,
Wow.
Atari's gone. THQ's gone.
No, wait a sec. Atari is completely gone. The whole pack.
They filed for
Like,
bankruptcy, right?
Yeah.
Are they auctioning off their shit?
Even their logo, I heard.
Really?
Their logo is for
no
sale.
more
guys
driver.
wanna-
Good stuff.
Oh, that's a good logo.
You guys want to chip in on that?
That's a really nice logo.
Can't afford that.
You don't know that.
They're desperate.
And what do you guys view on THQ going?
I'm pretty upset because Company Heroes, Metro.
But their titles have been sold off to other developers.
It's
Now-
a little sad to see this happen, though.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Company Heroes was sold to Sega. If they do a Company Heroes in Total War style, which I think may happen, there's no confirmation of that, but that sounds like it might go that way. That's gonna be fantastic. But I'm really upset about Metro going to EA because I want microtransactions as well as online passes and overpricing with no servers.
Huh?
I completely.
That's
I
what EA does.
completely blanked out there.
That is what EA delivers. They have no
Okay,
servers. They
okay.
take their servers down. They have microtransactions. They
It's a
have
joke.
online passes. It was a rant, man. It was a rant.
Okay, let's move on.
Fair
to
enough.
some,
It's just
some Xbox news. Microsoft saw a 28% holiday drop in Xbox 360s.
Everyone has an Xbox.
Yeah, do you think this is just end of a console
Yeah.
life cycle, or
Yeah.
them trying to
But
shove
no.
it down everybody's
no,
throat.
Sony has caught up with sales? They both sold this practically the same amount.
What month is this for? Did you say it?
Holiday.
Holiday sales.
For- yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be because think about all the people who went out first who got an Xbox, And then after a while, they're like, "Hey, PS3," and they went and bought that now because the Super Slim and all that.
Can you name a good first-party game that came out on Xbox recently?
Well,
There's
people
Forza
like
Horizon.
people like Halo. I do not, but people
and
like
Halo
Halo.
4.
Oh, Halo 4. Yum yum.
There are the 2 titles right there.
I guess I can't say much for PS3 either. I can't think of any
Uncharted.
first-party titles that came out. But in the last couple months here,
Oh, okay. It has to be okay. No, then.
it's actually been a slow month. I haven't bought a game. I bought a used game.
How much
That's-
of Naughty Dog does Sony actually own? Do they own?
I don't
all
think
of
they
it,
own
or do they
each
own half
other.
of it?
I don't know.
I think that's worth looking up.
That is.
But yeah, you bought a used game.
I bought it. That is a breakthrough.
You've never done
You
that.
bought a used game?
I purchased a used game.
A recycled game.
Oh yes, recycled.
Which-
That's a game.
Which game?
Recycled.
It
but
was
used.
Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
What the heck is that?
It was a Ninja Theory game. Who made the Heavenly Sword game?
You'd know it if you've seen it. It's one of those games that completely flew under the radar despite being good.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis is in it. So there's that.
Not ringing a bell, but I'll check it out later maybe.
It's pretty good. The gameplay isn't. The gameplay is fun, but it's just kind of weird frame rate issues I'm having. It's messing up with my eyes, so I don't play it that much.
These consoles are getting old, man.
It was independent. It was by itself. Naughty Dog's from 86 to 2001. So that was its Crash Bandicoot days. Sony Computer Entertainment bought it in 2000 from 2001 to 2005. And it's taken over for SCE Worldwide Studios 2006 to present.
So that was a smart move for Sony, then.
Yeah.
Because
Explains all the exclusives.
they're making some
Bastards.
pretty fun and awesome games.
I miss Crash though.
And I think
Oh,
Last of
Crash
Us
is awesome.
Last of Us one of the most anticipated games.
I feel like they just ditched Crash.
What are you gonna do?
Make good Crash
Yeah.
games again.
Make it like a serious like adult style Crash.
Well, unfortunately, Naughty Dog broke into two different developing teams. One's doing Last of Us, other one's probably doing Uncharted 4.
Now, hold the phone here. Is Last of Us supposed to be on this gen?
Yes.
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 Then it's this holiday season.
Earlier than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, if there's games right now that are announced for holiday season, wouldn't that kind of point towards the PS4 not being released later than this holiday season?
Well, I think we're assuming holiday season. I think announcement on the 20th, showed off at E3, and then release holiday.
But is there any games that are scheduled for PS3?
They
For
did.
holiday
They
season.
did this with the PS2 and PS3. They were still producing PS2 games.
Oh, okay.
even
I never
when
really
PS3
followed.
came out.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there'll be like a few exclusives to the PS4, but most like third-party titles will be PS4, PS3.
Which I don't like.
Oh, this is gonna be a
Because
disaster.
you don't like the porting of it.
Yeah, they're deports, and I'd rather just buy.
But the dev kits are out. Maybe not third-party developers, I guess. Maybe they're just at the first party.
I think it's gonna be a disaster. Like when Marty says, I don't like this porting crap. Ports are terrible.
Because they'll look exactly the same, right?
They'll look exact. Well, one will chug. You'll tell the frame rate on certain games.
But if you bought like a game for PS2 that was on PS3, did it look any better on PS3?
Yes.
It did?
Yeah, 100%. Because think about it. Okay, just an example. Like the old Medal of Honor. I have the original Medal of Honor Frontline, and I have a PS3 that can go backwards compatible. I played that game, and it had horrible graphics. I played their digitally remastered one. Now I realize it, but it's still a port, and it looks a lot better.
Yeah,
they
but it's
touched- they
digitally
touched it up,
remastered.
though.
But no, wait, hold the phone here. When they port it for a new console, do they not need to basically remaster it because doesn't the new console use a bunch more crap? Otherwise, it would need backwards compatibility.
Yeah, but you're talking about the PS2 to the PS3. Yeah, things need to be remastered and redone. But if you're going from the PS3 to the supposed PS4,
Oh, I
things
guess
are
'cause
probably
early-
not going to have to be redone.
Not
They're
really.
both- they're
Okay,
both
that
gonna
makes
be
sense.
HD.
They're all going to be. It's going to be the same
For what?
same ins and outs.
Unless it's 4K.
Even then, you're probably going to be okay.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
My eye's killing me. I'm sorry. Can you bring up that link, Matt?
What's
You
that?
got-
Oh,
you got
yeah.
that link there?
I'll one sec.
This is just the Game Developers Choice Award nominees were announced, and we'll just go through a few and give our own voice on to who we think are gonna do good, I guess.
It's like just loading up here.
But anyway, how'd you guys think about the VGAs? Was that a proper representation
There
of
was
what's a
no-
good game in the industry?
Yes.
Really? Even with Walking Dead winning?
Hey,
Hey, I'm
I called that.
I just downloaded Walking Dead and it's cool.
I never played it, but I know
I'm
it's
never
gonna
going to go back to it.
That sucks.
Apparently, you'll cry. On
My
on the
my
fifth
my
episode.
file's
I'm
gone.
almost such an easy crier. I'm ridiculous.
I
My
got the
file's
link
gone.
over
It's
here.
not coming back.
That's sad. 'Cause
Mhm.
it's a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Aside from all its flaws.
I got to the train puzzle part on the third
I
story.
was so stuck on that.
Yeah, and then it locked up, so I reset it, and it booted me back to the beginning. Highway scene and everything.
Jeez.
I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this again.
Okay, so this is for Game Developers Choice Award nominees. I'll just go. Want me to just do like one category at a time? you
Yeah,
think?
sure.
All
Just pick up good ones. Don't pick up like
Yeah,
the
do the
middle.
interesting ones.
Okay. What do you guys think about best audio? Should I do that?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Skip it.
Best debut? I don't really
Best
know.
audio, something from Visceral's gonna win.
Best game design. That's a good one.
That's true.
Okay, so best game design. Possible nominees are Dishonored, Mark of the Ninja, Spelunky. I don't like that word. Journey, and XCOM: Enemy Unknown.
Okay, maybe I think Journey might win that
Yeah,
one.
Journey.
Fuck, I don't. What do you guys think should win though? Screw like what's gonna actually win.
Well, I haven't played Journey, so I can't really say.
I
just
want
know that
XCOM to
it's-
win. It looked really cool.
What was the category?
My
Games?
buddy goes
Game design.
batshit crazy over that game.
Yeah,
That's all he
see?
talks about.
I think it's between Dishonored and Journey for game design.
I get so sick and tired of the Journey winning things. Damn it. All right. Best downloadable game. Okay, here we go. The Walking Dead. So
Yep.
that's gonna win.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on. Spelunky, Trials Evolution, Mark of the Ninja, and Journey. Oh, actually, maybe Journey. We don't know.
Because Journey wasn't nominated in the VGAs for best game.
No. So, oh, wait, was it?
No.
No. I don't know.
I would still say Walking Dead.
I hope so. Okay. Best technology.
No.
No,
No?
skip that.
Best handheld. I'm gonna do this because I like handhelds. Gravity Rush. Oh, this is disappointing. Hero Academy, Sound Shapes, The Room, and Kid Icarus. Well, okay, moving on.
Go Kid
Icarus.
Yeah, Kid Icarus.
Oh, damn it! All right,
I thought you said you liked though. You
I like
chose that
handheld
category.
gaming, but I don't play any of these, so I feel like an idiot now. Best narrative. Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay, best narrative. So we got Spec Ops: The Line,
Okay. Well, no. I was thinking Black Ops.
Ma-
Spec Ops is good.
Mass Effect 3,
Mm.
Okay, what's
Dishonored. Hey man, The Old Woods is funny. Okay, moving on.
Well, no, Black Ops isn't nominated.
I know, but it would still be funny though. The Walking Dead and Virtue's Last Reward. What the heck is that?
I'm gonna narration.
Okay,
is Walking Dead.
narration?
Walking Dead.
Best
yeah,
narrative. Yeah.
Probably end up
I
being
would
Walking
love
Dead.
if Spec Ops won though. If
I've
you,
never
if
played
you haven't
that.
played Spec Ops, play it.
Isn't Mass Effect more like too old to be in these now?
2000.
It came out 2012.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Okay. I'm getting old, man. All right. Best visual arts.
Sure.
Mm.
Okay. Borderlands 2. That's a good one. Journey. Damn it. Far Cry 3. Dishonored and Halo 4. Okay, I'm not counting Halo 4. That
Nor am I
wins.
counting Dishonored.
Okay, no. Dishonored looks nice.
I think it's kind of boring looking.
It looks pretty nice. I like
looks
Dishonored.
It looks to me just to be
It's a little
the
blocky.
Samsung Galaxy to the Apple iPhone.
It's a
Oh,
little
good
blocky
lord.
looking to me.
Okay, innovation.
You're picking the worst
No.
categories, man.
No, I'm asking you. I'm going through them all.
Okay.
I'm going through them all, and I'm
Go
just gonna
through-
ask you them.
Go
Alright.
through the ones you would.
Okay, game of the year for sure. Then
Give
Damn
it
it, man.
right to the end.
that is the end. These are all the categories.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, you know what? Okay, game of the year. So we got Dishonored, Walking Dead, Mass Effect 3, XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and Journey. And I don't. Oh, no.
Is this virtually the same nominations that
I was,
were
I was
at?
about to say this is the same.
Well,
friggin'
we gotta
thing.
remind you that 2012 was not a good year for games.
I was gonna say I'm excited for 2013. just 'cause this
Yeah,
is bad.
2013. I'm really excited for stuff coming out in 2013.
Lego City.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go just because I like the one game in here. Innovation, the innovation category.
Okay.
Mark of the Ninja. I haven't played that, so I don't know. Journey. I'm not. No.
Yeah, you've made that quite clear, man.
This commentary is
I
amazing.
love it. His narration after every.
FTL Faster Than Light. The Unfinished Swan. That just sounds dumb. And Zombie U. So
For innovation,
Zombie U.
unfinished song. Unfinished song.
Unfinished one.
On Zombie U. Wait. What? What is Unfinished Swan?
It's a PSN.
It's a downloadable game.
You're in like a white room and you have like this little blob of ink you can shoot out, and when it lands, you can see like outlines of like a park bench or something or your surroundings, and you kind of navigate using that.
So it's not good.
No, it's good.
But Zombie U takes the cake though.
Okay.
And that concludes the Game Developers Choice Awards nominees. Most categories.
Thank you, Matt.
You're
That's
welcome.
Very, very good, Matt. Let's move on to our next story. Nintendo recently combined both their hardware portions, one from the 3DS and one from the Wii U. Think this is a good
That's
idea?
stuff.
Yeah?
I think that leads back to my platform thing. Think about it, though.
Crazy platform.
No, think about it though. Now you're gonna have more integration between your 3DS and your Wii U.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they didn't do this earlier.
See, like that. This platform thing's big because everyone always wants this cloud. They want one device. They want this, that. So now everything. Companies are bringing shit together.
They've done stuff like this before. They've had DS and Wii integration.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And that didn't go far at all.
I don't think it did. I didn't hear much about it.
Okay, I'm sorry, but the Wii does not look good.
What do you mean?
The Wii form factor.
It's a
the Wii-
square box.
That it looks horrible. Like I took
I
the
like,
Wii.
wait.
I like the look of the Wii better than the Wii U.
No, I was gonna say I took the Wii U out, and I have the Wii there, and I'm like this white, like, what is this thing? It's garbage. Like it's not good. It's not good. I'm sorry. It just looks like crap.
But this kind of scares me that they're already combining hardware after they already have hardware announced. Are they going to create a new console this soon?
Probably.
That's ridiculous.
They probably could do the 5-year plans then.
Yeah, I believe in that. Yeah, I believe they might do the 5-year.
That kind of disappoints me. I'm not ready.
Why, you don't even like Nintendo? Who cares?
Okay.
No, but wait,
good
hold
point.
on.
No, very good point.
They're obviously not going to do the Wii U. Like they obviously just released the Wii U. So like, what you think they're going to do another handheld?
Wii U 2.
Not another handheld. Unless
I see Nintendo becoming just a handheld system eventually. I can see them falling out of the console but succeeding as handheld.
I can see them starting to fail in the console.
Yeah. But I could see them thriving as handheld.
Yep.
But we are seeing handhelds being part of their market share being eaten out by the mobile market.
Like phones and that.
Yeah.
I think handheld gaming's coming back.
Yeah.
It's on the rise
Every
again.
place does it.
Do you think mobile's any threat?
No.
Because you can almost get practically the same experience on a.
They
a
say
phone.
that, but
I mean, yeah, you don't have
can't-
the tactile buttons or anything on a touchscreen or
Exactly.
anything, but
that's
you
a
can
lot
play
of.
mini games, which are essentially what you're playing on.
I
Nah, it's
disagree.
not
I
true. You're just
disagree
playing. You're
entirely.
just playing a different version of the same story. Like if I'm playing Resident Evil Revelations, it's a Resident Evil game. It's mobile. I can pick it up and go, but it's still a Resident Evil game.
A little bit scaled down though,
Not necessarily.
No,
because I mean, you can get a full game
I'd say
on
it was.
a phone.
I'd say it was.
no. Have you played Resident Evil 4 on iPhone?
No.
It's a piece of poo.
Okay.
That's what it is.
What about
Dookie.
what about Vita? Vita console quality on the go. It's pretty close to that. Like
That's the thing though. The Vita should not have been console games.
Yeah, I don't want a
It should have
handheld
been-
that's gonna play console games, or else I'll just go play my console.
I like that. I like the Vita.
I
games
want.
every day.
I want specific games designed
Yeah.
for the Vita.
Advance Wars is a perfect example
Oh,
for,
because-
for a game that thrived on a handheld. And I know you guys don't know what I'm talking when we say Advance Wars, but look up Advance Wars when you have a second.
Black Ops 2 declassified.
I like
for-
that game.
for Vita. You know what it was though?
Black
it was
Ops
the first
1?
Black Ops.
I'm
For
fine
Vita.
with that though. I'm fine with that because it's I'm playing Call of Duty on the go. That's my thing.
I-
I don't like Call
But-
of Duty too much.
The campaign was not a campaign. It was a mission that if you fail anywhere
it's
in the
challenging.
mission,
Yo,
you have to
it's
restart.
It's challenging.
And everyone
man.
is so much better at killing you than you can actually maneuver with those little thumbsticks.
I have like the gripper thing though, right? Where it adds it, so it's kind of like a controller.
I think the biggest problem was it was developed by the same guys who made the Resistance game, which wasn't that.
I
good
like
either.
that game online as well. Remember that? You and I are playing that
They're passable to play,
because since you have cross game chat on the
They're not
Vita,
what
but
they
not the
promised.
PS.
but not what they promised. It's not console quality experience. That's why I'm kind of excited for the Killzone one. It's not made by that developer.
What
So
about
we're
All
gonna
Stars
see
though?
an FPS that's not made by the developer. We've already seen do two games that were kind of mediocre.
What about Unit 13, 31?
That was a third-person shooter.
Oh, okay.
Little different, but I mean, theirs was okay. I didn't no interest in it. I bought it.
But what about we're talking about console quality though? What about All Stars? All Stars is the same.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's a very good game. You don't like All Stars? Come on. It's a good people are over play on the
Good
couch
first
game.
attempt, but it is basically a copy.
Well, that everyone knew that, but I mean, it's good for when you have people over. That's what I use it for. I got it for $20 on Boxing Day. I got my money's worth.
It's a fun game, but
I couldn't play it for hours.
that's all I can say about it.
Yeah, I'm not a big Smash Bros. Fan, but I think I could play Smash Bros. Longer than I could play All Stars.
I can't play Smash Bros. Anymore. I'm kind of done with Arena. I've played too much of that and too much All Stars now. At this point,
Yeah.
How much All Stars have you played?
I play my Vita every day, every
That's-
single day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, all right.
I feel bad for your brain.
Yo, okay. Dynasty Warriors next is amazing, okay? Dynasty Warriors next. If you like Dynasty Warriors series, that's the Dynasty Warriors to get. Because the one on the Wii U runs worse than it.
I don't know. I'm hoping things turn around for the Vita.
They will. The same with the
They
PS4.
won't.
The tech's there, but they're just not making the right games.
I think after the failure with the PSP, I shouldn't say failure.
The PSP did well. It's just the first release was a fuck up.
I just think developers are a little weary of hopping on board. Although I am excited for Media Molecule's game Tearaway.
I've never seen that.
They're the guys who made Little Big Planet, and they're actually the ones developing on the Vita, which is exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Specifically for the Vita?
Yeah.
There you go. That's what we need.
Because right now all the other ones are just like you can have Assassin's Creed on your Vita. And then you
Yeah,
can
but that
have
Assassin's
Call of
Creed's a
Duty
lot
on the
different.
Vita.
That Assassin's Creed's
This is
lot
like a dedicated game. That's why people loved Gravity Rush.
Okay.
There's a game made for Vita.
What is Gravity Rush?
Weren't you just trashing it?
No, I wasn't trashing. I said I don't know what it is.
Oh.
It's a piece of shit. I don't know what it is.
That sounds like something I would say.
Basically, you're this character, this girl, and you can't. The game mechanic is kind of interesting because you can like change what direction gravity's going.
That's
So if
kinda
you
cool.
need to get up there, you kind of like change gravity so you go flying up there and stuff.
It reminds me of one of the better games on the PSP called Crush. It's
I played that.
yeah, you can change the perspective, right?
It's
to
freaking
solve
awesome.
problems.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it
awesome.
kind of reminds me of.
So I think as we see more dedicated Vita games, we'll be getting better games.
Yeah,
I
instead
think we
of-
need a Grand Theft Auto game, like the Vice City stories, that type of thing, because
I-
they're different.
I regret never playing those.
They're friggin' awesome. I have them for PSP.
Why can you never go play them?
What?
Can
Yeah,
you
the-
never?
the-
I'll never bring
They're
out
ported to
my,
PS2 now.
Yeah, I'll never bring out my PS2 to do that.
Okay, I see.
I wish I had one.
They're coming to iOS and that too. I think.
If they come to iOS, I'll play.
I'm
'em.
pretty sure
Maybe.
they are anyway. I don't know for sure.
No, I think they are. I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll move on to our rant.
Want to move on to the rant?
I think we should move on to the rant.
The rant section. This is the build up of today's tragedies.
Oh, I just want to add one more tragedy. Medal of Honor.
Oh my, that's not in here.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
disaster.
Medal of Honor has been taken out of rotation.
Now,
Oh, which one specifically? The
Warfighter.
Warfighter.
yeah, but the
Warfighter?
series has been taken out of rotation.
They're
the whole
done.
series?
I'm pretty sure they're
no,
done with it.
just the
I think it's just
the
Warfighter.
sub series.
I'm pretty sure they're done with it.
I don't think so. I think that they're just taking, instead of doing it every year, they're going to take 2 years to do this one.
But if no one wanted it now, no one wants it 2 years from now.
No, but everyone's bitching
That's
about
a
Call of
good
Duty.
point.
If they wait another year, people are going to bitch about Call of Duty even more. Because we saw Black Ops 2. Okay, I remember Black Ops 1. For the first month or two, at least a million people online at any one time. We're on Black Ops 2 right now. Within 3 weeks, we had like 200,000 people online at some points. There were higher population moments, obviously.
Maybe just as a
What I'm saying is Medal of
gaming-
Honor might come in and refresh the first-person shooter if they take the time.
but
Warfighter was fucking awesome. I liked it. I really liked it.
but do you know what the Medal of Honor games were?
What?
They were Battlefield.
Yeah.
So if you want Battlefield, go buy Battlefield, not Medal of Honor.
Yeah, but the problem is Battlefield is now becoming a cash-in. Because now they want to do one every year, and they're putting it in
Well,
rotation.
they're competing with Call of Duty.
But I believe in the fact that they should do what they did with Battlefield 2, which was every year or whatever it was, release an expansion. It was like a $10 expansion. And it was a pretty... they were good. They added more vehicles, they added more functionality, different troops, whatever.
Drop the Medal of Honor name, new IP.
Just keep the same mechanics, and everything. Just,
Yep.
Medal of Valor.
Mm.
Something like that.
no,
I like Warfighter so much. Like I actually really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. It's really fun.
I'm sure there's more
On the
people like
PC
you, just
though,
not
I don't know
enough
that
to
that's
support.
different.
There's not enough to support the game.
Fuck. I'm upset about that.
I don't. Do you guys recall any other game being taken out of rotation?
Like, what do you mean, like taken out of rotation? Like,
Just like it,
Like,
They completely stopped.
them like
Like a-
shutting down the IP.
well, I don't think they're shutting down the like again.
Well-
When they say taken out of rotation, they don't say taking out of the thing. They're saying, like the rotation was release of Medal of Honor every year. So now it's okay. Let's take a break for a couple years. They haven't said they're taking it. They haven't said they discontinued the IP or
But
canceled anything.
My understanding was that they canceled Warfighter. They took back all the copies, no longer for sale, and they're done.
They actually took
Because-
out. They actually took away Warfighter.
I'm not clear on what they did with it, but that was my understanding, and just that they don't want to do it anymore because it wasn't making money. They weren't moving units to make money.
They didn't advertise it well enough, in my opinion.
They had advertisements. They were on like web banners and stuff. I saw them all over the place.
They
I knew when Warfighter was coming out.
I don't know. For some reason, I think they need to go back to World War II. I think it sounds really bad, but they went because what they did is what they're doing with Medal of Honor is they're doing it going in too many directions. They had Medal of Honor Allied Assault was one of the biggest World War II shooters ever,
I remember that one.
and
That was
so
good.
many people played it, and I actually still play it to this day. Then they came out with Airborne, which had some problems, but I really liked it. A massive potential. It was a first-person shooter that was literally, we're in World War II. Here's a village. We need to invade it. Jump out of the plane. Do the objectives in your order. Invade what houses you want to. Back up your guys. Don't back up your guys. Go with them or don't. Here's a village. Invade it. Do what you want. There were scripted parts, of course. But why didn't they continue with that? They tried that. It didn't kind of work. Instead of improving it, different direction. Different direction. They need to stop. You know what I mean?
Well, I think as a gaming culture, we're just getting fatigued of FPSs. I think unless you're Call of Duty, Halo, or
I
Battlefield, you're not gonna make it in the FPS world anymore.
I don't like Call of Duty. Call of Duty's starting to really bother me.
Yeah, they haven't been good since
I like Battlefield. Battlefield's really good.
Call of Duty 4 even. 2 was okay. I didn't mind 2.
Call of Duty 2?
No, Modern Warfare 2.
I like Modern Warfare 2, and I really like Black Ops 1. And that's after that I started getting ticked off.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's move on to a rant and yeah, just lay out what this rant's about first.
The
of all.
tragedies? Okay, so this is what basically led to our conversation about this. Is that recently Best Buy Incorporated or whatever they're called, they own Future Shop, of course, and they are closing 14 stores across Canada now because of restructuring of the company because of for cost saving initiative. And we've had reports of employees walking up to the doors today to go to work, and they just
yesterday too.
yesterday too. In some cases, I guess I didn't hear about that.
31st.
And they just had signs over it saying this store is now closed. And apparently there were trucks and everything taking the inventory away, and the employees just had no job, no knowledge of it. But like they just
That
went.
sounds ridiculous. That sounds really crazy.
That's ridiculous. Like instead of just like giving a notice or something, but no. And the thing is, I don't know for sure this isn't confirmed or anything like that, but it seems like they're keeping regional stores because the one Future Shop that I go to more or less, they had 4 cashiers, and now that the cashier area specifically is being redone bigger. So it's almost like as if they closed those other stores, they knew about it, and they're going to be adding more cashiers because they're assuming all volume's going to go to that store. Sort of deal.
Which Future Shop do you go to?
Upper
To
James.
Upper James. Okay.
Because they're redoing that now. Just the cashier section.
okay.
So it's kind of like a regional store for Hamilton, I guess, or something. I don't know how many they're closing down. That
So the one in Ancaster.
the one in Ancaster for sure.
is
The Best
closed.
Buy in Ancaster as well.
Yeah.
There's
no, the Best Buy in
The Best Buy is
Meadowlands?
supposed to be. Yeah, the Best Buy is gone. Yep, Best Buy's going down.
In Meadowlands?
It was said on the radio this morning. Meadowlands.
Fuck off.
Yep, Meadowlands. Best Buy is gone.
Is that, is
There's
that,
a Future Shop.
Off.
Future
no
Shop
way.
downtown. Yep, Future Shop downtown.
Oh, is that one you go
I
to
don't
or
know.
something?
Yeah.
That's your Best Buy.
That's my Best Buy. And that's in the busiest. That's one of the busiest plazas in
Cost
Ontario.
saving initiative. You're getting rid of it.
God.
It said it on the
that's
radio.
hilarious.
Damn it.
That's your Best Buy.
Well,
Yeah, But they're only getting rid of 14 stores, and they still have hundreds more. They still
14
do
is
have
kind of a
hundreds.
lot, though.
yeah. Well, it's
For
not. It's not. It's
Canada?
14 across both. It's 7 Best Buys and 8
Oh,
Future
okay,
Shops.
okay, that's not terrible.
So it's not too bad, like
Well,
because
that's not
my Future
14.
Shop
Well,
still exists.
8 and 7. That's not 14.
15 stores.
15.
It's not matched. One company's 8, one company's
Okay.
7. I know that.
But anyway, so this brought up. I was looking at a couple articles, And basically, they were saying is the main issue with these are people is what they due to a syndrome called showrooming, which people who don't know is, a lot of people have obviously done this. They go to Best Buy, they look at like the latest computer, they take a look at it, like, oh cool, yeah. They don't buy it there. They take a look, they know they like it's on demo, whatever. So it's been showroomed. They go home, Amazon.ca, buy it for $200 cheaper or something.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're acting like a showroom because of the retail markup. So I suggested the rant for online retail versus store retail, which people prefer, and why.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think, Marty? What do you prefer?
I am not a very big online shopper. I prefer to go to the places and buy them. Mainly because I like driving, to be honest.
No, the Best Buy in Meadowlands is not being touched.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I heard on
not
the
yet.
radio they're supposed to be shut down.
British. There's like 5 of them in British Columbia, 2 of them in Quebec.
Yeah, because I think
The
they're
Future
headquartered
Shop,
here.
Lancaster one. Like, it doesn't make sense for them to close. I don't think the Best Buy in Meadowlands is going anywhere.
They may have mistaken it for
the Future Shop.
the Future Shop
yeah,
in
because
Lancaster.
that location used to be the Future Shop.
Yeah,
The
so they may
Future
have.
Shop got shoved to Wilson Street.
Yeah,
I remember talking to the manager the first day it opened. He's like, because it was My Canadian Tire and the Walmart there. Like we're getting beat down by that Walmart, and that Future Shop comes in on the other side of Walmart. Like they're just beating us into submission. So the Future Shop comes in, and the manager on the first day is like, yeah, we'll own this plaza. We'll single handedly take out Walmart. like buddy, you've been here for like 5 years. Good luck. We barely hold it together. But I had a problem with Best Buy customer service, the online customer service recently. That pissed me off.
Care to share?
The promotional codes that I used back in November to get mad shit at discount. The BioShock Infinite Collector's Edition and the Grand Theft Auto, Tomb Raider, and Dead Space 3. There's a code. It was supposed to be $10 off. They ended up getting 20% off any pre-order item. So BioShock Infinite, I went on to go apply my gift cards, and it would apply the gift cards. I went to go edit the payment information, but it would take away the promo code. So, okay, it's a little annoying. So I called them, and the first girl, she wasn't helpful, but she knew she couldn't do anything. She knew it was a mistake on the website, it was a glitch or whatever. So she tried putting me through to another department. And my call got disconnected. So I'm like, oh, God damn it. So I call back. I get another random person, and I immediately tell her, I'm like, my call got disconnected. She put me through to this thing. I'm like, can you just put me back through? She's like, oh no, maybe I can help you. I'm like, you probably can't, but just put me through to the department. She's like, no, let me try. So I explain the situation. She's like, okay, well, first things first, you can't edit your payment information once you make a purchase. I'm like, yeah, you can. I'm like, I do it all the time. I'm like, I ordered a Wii U and transferred it to somebody else's credit card. And I'm looking at it right now. It says you can edit your information. I'm literally looking at it. She's like, oh, okay. Well, did you check the balance? I'm like, yeah, I checked it like 50 times. And it's supposed to be $50 on this gift card. She's like, okay, well, let me try putting it in manually. So I read out the numbers. And first things first, I asked her this before I read out the numbers. I'm like, can you guarantee me if you put it in and it glitches out, can you revert it so that code doesn't go away? She's like, yeah, I guess, yeah, sure. And like, it wasn't really reassuring, but I'm like, okay, I guess, whatever. So I read out the code and the goddamn security pin on the back, and then she's like, okay, it's in the system. I'm like, okay, so what's the new total? She's like, I don't know that. I don't have that information. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, didn't you just put in the code? She's like, yeah, but it doesn't tell me what it is. I'm like, so how do I know what my credit card is going to be charged? She's like, you don't. It gets charged whenever it's ready to go. I'm like, but like the online system, the website would tell me what my credit card is getting charged. She's like, okay, so why don't you do it there? I'm like, I did, but when I did it took away the promotional code. So instead of paying $82 like I'm supposed to, it was charging me $105. She's like, well, then why don't you just buy it in store? I'm like, are you kidding me? It's a pre-order. It's not even out yet. She's like, well, there's like nothing I can do. Like, I can't give you. I'm like, let me talk to your supervisor. I want some sort of printout. I want an email telling me what my credit card is going to be charged. I don't want a question mark to be charged on my credit card. She's like, well, I don't think that's possible. And I'm like, all right, take off the gift cards then. I'm like, take it off. I don't want them on there. I just want the promotional code with whatever the price is going to be. She's like, you're really going to make me undo all that work that I just did? I'm like, I told you couldn't help me in the beginning. And you proved it. So just,
Oh my God.
so just take it off. And then, so she started bitching. And I'm like, just give me a reference number for this call. She's like, okay, I can give you a reference number and my name. And she's like, I just have to put you on hold and confirm that with my supervisor. She comes back on. She's like, okay, my here's my reference number and my name. I'm like, I don't want your name. I'm like, I just literally want your number. Just give me your goddamn number. And she's like, okay, here's my number. And then I hung up and that was it. But it was really fucking annoying because I told her she couldn't help me. And I was right.
That's a disaster.
It was really stupid. So now I'm going to call back again, like a week before BioShock comes out, and then I'm gonna have them manually put it in and see what the fuck happens.
They're gonna
Good
tell you to
Lord.
come in a week from now and pick it up at the store. That's what they're gonna tell you.
I'm not. I shouldn't have to.
But apart from your struggles, do
What's
you
your
like
opinion?
online shopping?
I love online shopping. I do probably like 60-70% of my stuff is online shopping.
Now hold the phone here. Do you agree with retail shopping as well? Because in my opinion, I will pay the markup. Not always, but I will pay the markup. In most cases, because I'm a kind of one of these people that like if I want something, I'm just gonna go out and buy it because I want it now.
It does give people jobs too,
Well, it gives people jobs, but like so does the online thing because they have to do
but
warehouses.
not as
and-
much as.
That-
Not
that's
as much.
retail store.
There's some schmo in a warehouse somewhere picking out the products from a racking.
But I mean, like I like going to the store, like picking up and just having it right away, rather than being like, oh, cool, the Vita's out on like the 2nd of whatever.
I have to admit though, Best Buy has a timing thing they do with their online. I always get it the day of release in the mail.
See, that's pretty cool. I'll admit-
I'll get charged like 2 days before, and then like Borderlands, I got it the morning of release. It was at my front door.
But the problem with online versus this is the fact that we were talking before about the markup. If you're buying from Best Buy, they still have the retail markup, do they not? Online?
Yeah, it's standard retail price.
Yeah. So okay, all right. Let's say okay,
I'm not buying from like a wholesaler or whatever. I'm just
buying.
buying from the retailer online.
Okay, let's say for example, you have the option to buy. Say you really want like a Vita, just an example.
Okay.
So you really want a
to
Vita. Thank you. Say you really want a Vita, and it comes out like today, or tomorrow, whatever. So on release day, you can either go to the store and pay $200, or you could go online, wait 5 business days, 5 to 10 business days, or whatever the hell it is, and pay $150.
I'd rather do that.
$150.
I can wait. I wait to play games. I have games. They're like 2 years old.
Assuming you
I still
don't.
haven't
Assuming you don't have games to do. Like
Man, I can't even wait. I can't even wait for you to play games. How do you wait?
played. Well, Samsung needs to make the next move. They need to come fix my TV.
fuck, man.
I've been
Are
playing
you going
Angry
through
Birds.
Samsung with that?
What?
And are you going through Samsung with those repairs, or is that like a third party game?
It is a company on the East Mountain called Coltech.
So
Samsung
they're not
dispatches.
Samsung.
Samsung dispatches them.
Yeah, you always call Samsung. You
okay.
talk to Samsung, and then they dispatch them. So, because after the first time they fucked up, I called back and I said, "But guys, can you send an alternate company? Like, do you have to send these guys again?" Like, no, like that's the listing we have for that area.
Okay, that's kind of weird, but
But these local companies are all the same. Like this is probably what happened. They got a part from Samsung that they're supposed to put on my TV. They decided to save it and charge somebody else extra for it, and they probably just used a broken like somebody else's torn up TV that they had lying around in the shop. That's probably what happened.
Probably.
But now I'm throwing a fit, and and they're not going to stop until this TV as if it just came out of the box.
okay. Before we wrap up, Matt, do you just want us to explain the current status of our website to our listeners?
Sure. So our website is done. Well, it's going to be continually under construction and updated, of course. But what I call Beta 3 is up and running. So Beta.
That's
Beta.
That's the name of your book, your autobiography, Beta 3.
Good Lord. Beta 1 is actually uploaded.
That's what it's called. Good Lord.
Good Lord, a Beta 3.
Oh my God. But Beta 1 is actually uploaded, and the next 2 builds up to Beta 3 are working now. We have them working in all browsers. There's a few column issues I've noticed, but it should work on most mobile browsers, and that, of course, as I said, there's a few issues, but it's all functional We'll be updating it with more content, making it look better and that sort of deal. And it has links to our like Facebook and of course our Twitter feed, and of course our YouTube and all that good stuff. And we'll be uploading that soon. If we do the portraits this evening, we're gonna have to add some portraits of ourselves. We can I can upload it tomorrow morning or tonight.
I thought you said it was up. I still have coming soon for everything.
Yeah, no, that beta 1 is uploaded. Beta 3 is completed on my computer, and I have to upload
okay.
it.
That's
Yes.
okay.
But if you want to check it out, tell us what you think of just, I guess, beta 1.
Yeah, it says content
It's
testing
just a
everywhere.
shell. There's
Yeah.
nothing
It
really
says
there.
it says content testing. It was just like a test, but yeah. So beta 3 should be up tonight or tomorrow.
Also, like and subscribe to this video on YouTube. It is youtube.com/DOP podcast.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be talking to you guys next week. Thank you.
Good stuff.